We had a great crowd here and a great environment for a college football game, which makes not winning the game more disappointing. Um, we had opportunities, a very close football game. It was a somewhat of a different kind of game. First of all, we played a well-prepared Tennessee Tech team that did not make little, if any, mistakes. Um, we had to be consistent of, to hold up our end of it. And it came down to the last drive for us to have an opportunity to win the game, and actually we tied, put it in overtime to win it. And we didn't finish the drive. We had a turnover, only turnover on the day, but they didn't have any turnovers, and they had 2 penalties. I thought they played well within themselves. They took very few chances. They were very calculated in what they thought the winning situation would be, and it fell their way. We had, I think we had a statistical advantage in about everything that you measure, but we didn't win. So, for us, it's it calls for reflection, number one, because I look at the coaching part of it early in the week in particular, right after the game more than I do the playing part of it, and then I sort of found out I thought our players played hard. I had some questions after the game about how physically we played in some situations, but after reviewing the film, I don't question our physicalness. We didn't, just boil it down to a simpleness. We didn't make much happen. Turnovers, obviously not getting any takeaways. Obviously, it tells you part of that, but we didn't rise up and stop some of their key plays that they had to have to keep drives alive. And on offense, I think we had 2 plays over 20 yards. I think they had maybe 1 play over 20 yards. But they put some things together, and some of our penalties, and we got the ball in 3 times in the second half. Scored long drive, very well conceived and executed. Next drive of the 3, we try a reverse, lose yardage, and up punting him inside the 6. Didn't do a very good job. That's at the point in time where I felt like maybe we didn't respond defensively. But we did have a chance to come back, and the 3rd of the second half drives is when we turned the ball over. So we got to get past it, though. We've got still an opportunity to win this league and do everything from a goal standpoint that we started out to do. But there's 3 teams in this league right now that have 1 loss. We're about to play one in Eastern Kentucky, and Eastern Kentucky is they may be the most, man for man and everywhere on the field, they may be the most talented team in this league. But we will have every opportunity to beat them right here at our house in front of our fans, and the last home game for our seniors. They're a considerably different team than they've been, I think, ever since we've been playing them. They are an I-formation football team that is clearly there to run the ball. Their tailbacks lead the league in rushing, Matt Denham. They do have a quality athlete at quarterback that we've seen plenty of in T.J. Pryor, and they do. I think in their Gord, it's they have quality down the field player receiver. So we'll be challenged there defensively. They're just like they always are. They're just very aggressive. They do a lot of things. They try to give you a bad play in any series with a lot of movement, and they're a good defensive football team. I think the biggest challenge for us is our mindset. We've got to play with excitement. We've got to play we got to practice and prepare so that we can play better. And I think our coaches have got to reevaluate the things that we do to put our players in position to make plays. I mean, one 20-yard offensive play, to give you some idea, 6 is a standard. I mean, if you have less than 6, you didn't reach your quality control number. To have 1 is really a low number. So we're looking at what we can do from a scheme situation to give our players more opportunities, and that goes with the kicking game too. That's all I got. We have 2 seniors with us, Jason Horton and Calvin Middleton. The first thing about a senior, you look at him and you say, boy, I wish we'd have redshirted him, because both of them came in and played right away. They're both on track to graduate. Jason's in accounting, and he's one of those math guys. But they have both been very substantial players in their whole tenure here, and I know they want to go out with an OVC championship, and quite honestly, nobody's done any more to deserve one than what these 2 guys have.
Coach, could you just speak a little bit more to Eastern Kentucky, the transformation that they've made from their P game till now? It's a totally different look.
Well, I think the head coach, you find Dean's a defensive coach, and I'm not real sure he's not running the offensive side of the ball now, even though defensively they're the same thing they were when he was at Wake Forest. But I think that you'll find that most defensive coaches appreciate an offense that can run the ball. So I think he's gotten a lot more hands-on himself about what he's trying to develop there. And you know that he played at EKU, and back in the the EKU day, that's what they were. They were a high formation running football team, and so it looks to me like they've gone back to their roots, and they show everything that they, when you measure them and look at them, it's got all of the, it's got all the measurements of a championship caliber football team, which they are a championship caliber football program. I have to remind our players that, here lately you hear about Appalachian State with the playoffs and sort of national dominance, but Appalachian State still hadn't caught up with where EKU's been from win and get in the playoffs and win national championships. They haven't done it lately.
I want to ask you 2 things following through what you had just finished with. There's a lot of implications with Saturday's game. Obviously, there are no guarantees that you play, you hope you win.
Right.
There's no guarantees that you can win.
Right. Actually, both times we've won it, it's been exactly the same scenario.
Well,
yeah.
How comfortable are you feeling about getting in with 4 losses if you don't win Saturday?
I wouldn't feel too good about it. I wouldn't feel too good about it.
And
that'd be a gift. It wouldn't be an expectation.
And on that same line, how comfortable would you be about getting in with a tie with, if you win and finishing in a tie with Tech, bearing in mind that a lot of the projections, at least this week, leave one OVC team in, and that's you,
right,
then presuming that you win. But if you finish tied with Tech and them having beaten you, what's your thought about an at-large under that circumstance?
I think it'd be pretty reasonable that would be the case.
It'd be reasonable.
I think it'd be reasonable, yeah.
And then for today, do you look at Saturday as in a get in or not get in kind of game for your playoff hopes? All or nothing win?
I don't know about these guys. I hadn't thought about the playoffs. Quite a bit different than last year. It's been a different kind of team. It's been a different kind of focus with this team. Our ultimate expectation goal is win a national championship. It's not like it's not within the range of the bigger part of our thinking. But from a game-by-game focus for this team is win the league. And we still have a chance to do that. Do we need some help now? Yeah. We let it get away from us. But it's not unreasonable to think it. I mean, I don't think there's a lot of wishing and hoping.